Most people obsess over the amount of calories that they are burning during the day or over counting their macros, but few people understand that they can actually lighten this load by doubling down on the amount of calories that they're burning while they're sleeping. Why not use every hour of the day to help you reach your goals? So guess what? I have 10 ways for you to do this in 3 different categories, and we're going to start with your thyroid. Okay, we have to start here because you can have a sluggish thyroid and not even know it. The symptoms include, and these are for men and women, fatigue, forgetfulness, weight gain, dry skin and hair loss, constipation, and depression. You see, what happens is your thyroid sets kind of the speed of your cellular cycle, meaning how metabolic and how quickly your cells turn over to the new cells. So when you have high thyroid hormone, the cell cycle is quick with more autophagy. But when those thyroid hormones start to drop or they get low, guess what? Everything slows way down. And if you go back to that list of symptoms, you can see how if all of your cells started to slow way down, it would cause all of these problems. And this is not even, you don't have to be diagnosed with hypothyroidism or Hashimoto to have all these symptoms and a sluggish thyroid. So the first 3 items on our list to lose more weight while we're sleeping are actually going to boost our thyroid hormone production. So this is going to help us all day long, and that's outstanding. But let's start with the things that we need to avoid, and that is gluten. Gluten is a huge deal. If you even think that you may have a slow or sluggish thyroid, take gluten out of your diet for 2 or 3 weeks and just see what happens. You will probably feel a very big difference. It is that big of a deal. But I'd also like to see you stay away from excess fat and those really high fat diets, especially if any of that fat is combined with carbohydrates. This is not a good combination. We also need to stay away from processed foods and all that garbage that comes along with them. You see, what we're dealing with is that your T4 to T3 conversion, 80% of that happens in your liver. So we need to clean this up, and that process is going to become way more efficient. So now let's talk about the things that we actually should be eating. Those are foods high in zinc, iodine, and selenium. And this includes meat, shellfish, seaweed, nuts, iodized salt, and guess what? Favorite, avocados. I have one more for you, and this one I actually do every single day because it helps in way more ways than just your thyroid, but that is to take 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I do it every morning. You can do it any time of day. Okay, what apple cider vinegar does is it helps the production and expression of hormones. And so not just your thyroid hormone, but all of your hormones. And this is outstanding. Studies show that by changing only one thing, which was adding 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to their diet every day, the participants in studies, and this is more than one, actually lost weight, lowered their blood sugar levels compared to the other group that did nothing, that didn't have any apple cider vinegar. So this one here, this is way too easy to leave out. All right, we've got 7 more to go, and the last one is my very favorite. I am Coach Terrell, and next up, we've got your basal metabolic rate, and this is literally the amount of calories or energy that you use at rest. So we are talking breathing, blood circulation, maintaining your body temperature, basically everything it takes to keep you alive. So when we can raise this, and it is not hard, we definitely burn more calories and lose more weight while we're sleeping and all day long. All right, so the first of these 3 is let's build some muscle. Muscle is super metabolic. It takes a lot of energy to build it and maintain it. Plus, a good strength training workout can boost your metabolism for over 24 hours after that workout. Yes, that will totally fall over into your sleep. And you don't even have to use heavy weights. You can use weights, but you can also use resistance bands, and you can use your body weight. Same effect. You know what else? HIIT workouts do the same thing if they're done right. Also, number 2, get a little chilly. Cold plunges or showers. Love this. Cryotherapy, spas are popping up everywhere, and it's because those cold temperatures actually force your body to produce more what is called brown fat. This is your fat burning fat, and the more brown fat you have on the body, the higher your metabolic rate. This will definitely affect you all day long, including when you're sleeping. And finally, number 3, at all costs, I want you to please avoid super low calorie diets. I will tell you this with my coaching clients, I raise your calorie intake probably more often than I decrease it, because a lot of times when people come to me, they're already so frustrated and can't figure out why they're not losing weight. And a lot of times is they have really lowered their basal metabolic rate so low by eating very few calories every single day, which also, by the way, is a little bit of torture. And pro tip here, eat more protein. Protein is so metabolic. When you eat it, it takes a lot of energy for your body to put away all those amino acids, about 30% more than carbs and fat. Big deal. Eat all the protein. And guess what? Drink a ton of water, because bottom line, dehydration slows fat loss. Period. Alright, I have 3 more that have made a huge impact on my life. Being 52 years old, these have been game changers for me. And the very last one that we're about to get to, that is my favorite one, and the one that I refer to as Coach Terrell's secret weapon. But first, we gotta get through this, and this is getting good quality sleep. Like, we are very good at measuring like how many hours of sleep we got, but it's the quality of sleep that actually matters, because guess what? During your REM sleep, or your rapid eye movement cycle of your sleep, that's your deepest sleep cycle, that's when we burn the most calories, because your glucose metabolism actually increases, accelerating the amount of calories that we are burning while we're sleeping. And the longer we sleep, the more sleep cycles we go through, so the more fat burning we get. However, guess what? If you oversleep, or you don't get out of bed and lay in bed all day, it actually reverses the metabolic advantages to this, and it will slow your metabolism. And so here are 3 keys to getting good quality sleep, and that is make sure your room is dark. I'm talking no light, no TV, no cell phone, no nada. That light messes with your circadian rhythms and makes it very difficult for you to fall asleep, and it makes it very difficult for you to get your full sleep cycle in. That's the importance of having it be dark. Also, stop drinking alcohol about 3 hours before bed. You need to have that all metabolized before you get in there, because although alcohol can knock you out, it does prevent you from going through sleep cycles, so you will miss your REM cycles and not get that quality sleep or that weight loss opportunity that you have while you're sleeping. And the last one is keep it cold. Breeches or less only. Unless you love to have a lot of clothes on while you sleep, then just lower the temperature in your room. Alright, here we are, my absolute favorite way, and I am so excited to share this to you, and it is this: stop eating around 7 p.m. And I know what you're thinking, but it's not for the reason that you have been told, because what happens is when evening starts to come and we start to prepare for sleep, we produce a hormone called melatonin, and melatonin is an antagonist for insulin. So once melatonin starts to be produced, it slows down the production of insulin. Now, this is significant because if you have eaten anywhere near the amount of time when your insulin production starts to slow due to the melatonin, you are going to have a prolonged period of time where you have an elevated blood sugar and elevated levels of insulin. Even though it has slowed the production of it, it doesn't stop it completely. It's going to stretch it out, giving you a similar effect as insulin resistance. So prolonged blood sugar, prolonged insulin levels. And this is going to do 2 things. Number 1, the elevated insulin levels for a long time are going to stop your body's ability to use fat for fuel. You cannot burn fat when insulin is present. And number 2 is going to make you have to get up all night long and go pee, because your body is going to try to eliminate this extra elevated blood sugar, because it is dangerous for your body and it wants to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And if you're not producing enough insulin to do it, you are going to have to go to the restroom several times during the night. And not only is this going to be annoying, but it's going to stop you from getting that beautiful, lovely REM sleep cycle that is actually going to burn the fat. So sorry about that one, but I hope this helps, because it is so easy to incorporate that one. But I also have for you this real fat video right here, how to get rid of it. I love this video, and I hope you do too. But if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments. I'm happy to answer all of them. Bye.